that eBay books should replace textbooks, especially for college students. The affirmative claims that the student performances and other tests show that e-readers like tablets and those kind of things help to improve academic ability in some way. In fact, students' performance do not affect the performance of students by the use of e-book textbooks for classes. In fact, they may even help less. According to an article on the Chicago Tribune posted in August 2013, college students who study with digital textbooks perform just as well on tests as do their peers who use print textbooks, but the digital books pose some problems, according to a recent study at Indiana State University. So it just shows that even if you use a print or maybe even a tablet to look for your classes, for your textbooks, it still may not even help you or may make a big impact in your academic ability to perform it. Another article dated in 2013 stated that other states show the reading from e-readers and PDFs don't allow students to look forward or back or rotate. The researchers found it doesn't give them, the students, enough control over the text, so it doesn't give them the capability to adjust it to their own preferences, as the affirmative stated. So they also stated that it's a safe technology that you get online, and devices like the e-reader and that you need to get the e-books are susceptible to online dangers, unlike print. According to Tablet PC Review, do tablets really need security apps? There have been a number of new threats in recent times due to the open source nature of OS like Android and the rise in malware specifically designed to target mobile devices, such as the tablet and the Kindle Nook. Noted by Nitin Bose, an analyst at Juniper Research, in an email to Tablet PC Review this month. So you have to, the ebook, in order to get the textbook downloaded to the ebook, you need a platform, and that usually calls for getting a tablet, a Kindle, or a HD Nook or whatever, and you have to download it from online, and that could open up. You could accidentally, download viruses from online. You don't know where it came from, so yeah, it's not very safe in that regard. So they also stated that ebooks are convenient for college students. So yes, they may be mobile and easily attainable to carry instead of huge laptops or big heavy books. But ebooks have an expiration date, like she mentioned. You could rent it on Chegg, but unlike print books, when you buy a print book, you can have it forever, and you can lend it to other people or have it around. It would, especially when it's one of your main courses, and you need that book later on to refer to in your future career. So Christopher Schutz from the New York Times mentioned in 2013 that digital textbooks can be made to expire, which means they cannot be resold like traditional books. Sophisticated software ensures that copies cannot be passed around. This can also be an expensive thing for college students, because usually they could resell their books, but in this case you can't, and there's this time limit that you have with the book that you bought online, and usually it could be from 180 days to a semester. Usually it's a semester, and what happens is that after that time limit, you just don't have it anymore. You have to repay, especially if you want updates, like they mentioned. Updates you still have to pay for those updates, and only if you have a book at that time will it update automatically. So also to mention, to add to the fact, is that technological devices such as the tablet that could have the textbook, the e-book, are very unreliable, especially if you have the virus installed already in it. It could also be broken, stolen, or lost. And then the student cannot access any of the books for classes, according to an educational blog. You have all sorts of problems with the monitor glare, drop network connections, and confounding digital rights management strategies detract from learning. So it all goes back to the point where you do have all this new technology to help you, but it does not, there's also, it gets more complicated with that. With just a print source, you just, it's right there, you can start reading. You don't need to worry about any network connections being dropped when you're on campus. Especially in this campus, you have Wi-Fi, and then sometimes it doesn't work, or it doesn't give you enough, so, yeah. Finally, it would just be simpler to stay with the current system than changing to the use of tablets in college settings, such as this one, because as I explained before, Wi-Fi is also a factor. Does the school have the bandwidth? Do they have the infrastructure in their school to support suddenly thousands of extra students using their Wi-Fi network system once once universities start beginning to implementing tablets, ebooks for at their school? And this was in an article from The Digital Shift in September 2013. So it's just the cost is outrageous, and it is just too much for, especially for a city to handle, like adding all this number of people using the internet for the downloads. So I hope you understand that we should not that there isn't a need for change to the present system that we have, which is not to implement the new ebooks instead of print sources.